At the press conference earlier this week, I know you spoke at length about your frustration with the Fury camp. Have you had any kind of further contact with them since that?
Yeah, I've been DMing back and forth with Tyson Fury. Just sort of, we've just been roasting each other in the DMs, uh, which has been pretty funny, just entertaining. I think he's mad. I sent him a message that was pretty funny, and I think he got mad because the next day he was like all over the media, like cursing at me and like saying all this stuff. So it definitely got under his skin, which is what I love.
Turning attention towards the fight with Tyron now on the 18th, how have you quickly adjusted your training considering you've had a change of opponent with such short notice?
Yeah, I mean we had to change a lot of things, change up the game plan, and I was sparring people who emulated Tommy. Now I'm sparring people who have a completely different style. So we're really we both, Tyron and I, only have 2 weeks to prepare for each other, and down to the last week now. So it's been interesting, and a fight's a fight. I've sparred just about everybody, so I'm prepared regardless of who it is, and I know how to deal with any style, any matchup at any time.
I saw your training montage on Instagram. The circuits look brutal. You've got a real mixture of like clean and press, med ball slams, pretty much tackling every aspect of fitness possible. How long have you been training with that sort of intensity?
3 months now. So I got right back into the gym, or not into the boxing gym, but I started jogging again September 8th, which I believe is like 9 days or 8 days after the Woodley fight. Started getting back into shape, and then we were in full-blown camp by September 21st. Not even knowing who I was going to fight, just knowing that I wanted to fight. And Tommy was scared at first. He didn't really want to sign the contract, so we were looking at other opponents. And I've been going hard, man. 2 days, nonstop, circuits, you name it, we're doing it here.
Assuming you get the better of Tyron for a second time on the 18th, does this pave the way for you to challenge for titles? Do you think you have what it takes to compete for like light heavyweight titles, for instance, on a national or international scale?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I want to fight a real boxer, and then maybe answer that question. I've obviously sparred real boxers hundreds of times in the gym. Uh, Sometimes MMA fighters are even harder to fight than professional boxers because of their unorthodox style. But for me, in the cards right now, I think it's just doing big fights and increasing my skill level so that maybe later down the line, if I want to make a world title shot, I'll have more experience under my belt, more training camps under my belt, and then that's something I could go for.
You mentioned you sparred such a wide array of opponents. Who do you say has been the toughest opponent to spar?
Whew. I would say probably Steve Cunningham has been the most difficult. Man, he has 83-inch reach, 3-time world champion, and he's sharp, fast, 6'4" or 6'3", I think. So he's just at that perfect height where you still are fast, but you're also a giant.
I saw as well that what you've been posting earlier this week. You were in the top 10 most searched for athletes on Google over the past 12 months. No other boxers or MMA fighters in there. No one else from combat sports. How does that make you feel?
Man, it's a great accomplishment, and it's sort of just telling of the movement that I've created. And men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So whatever people want to say about me or whatever is out there, blah blah blah, it's all hearsay because of things like this. And when you boil down to a core what it is that I'm doing, it's changing the game, and no one can deny that.
Why do you think people have been searching for you so much when you've got names like Canelo, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder? They're all huge names, but why do you think you've actually usurped them and gone and have been more popular?
I think they want to see my nudes. I think they want to see my nudes. That's what's going on, honestly. I mean, do you really want to see Tyson Fury's nudes? I don't know. That's probably why I was more searched. But I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm just built different, I guess. And I talk a lot of shit. I create a lot of content. I'm more active on my social media platforms and more active as a fighter than a lot of these guys. So, fought 4 times basically in the past 13 months, which is a lot. And I think that's why my searches are so high.
Do you think that's something that's holding boxing back in general then? Because I think the UFC has given boxing a kick up the backside because Dana White says you're fighting him and you've got no choice about it. And people fight with greater regularity as well. Do you think you've brought that kind of regularity to boxing, and that's why you've kind of gained popularity as well?
Yeah, I think that's one aspect of it. You no one cares what you did yesterday. Like, everything's a flash of pain. Cool, you won. Okay, you needed to get back on it. We live in a world where everyone consumes stuff so fast, and everything happens so fast that moments now are less meaningful. It's part of the reason why there's so much mental health stuff going on in our society, and I deal with anxiety, all that stuff. So it's like the world we live in is just a vicious thing, and no one cares about what you did yesterday, and you have to stay active, and you have to be nonstop, and otherwise you'll drown out in this world. And I think that's, again, part of the reason why I've had such a successful 2021.
For you, is boxing a way of coping with the anxiety that you deal with?
It is 100%. 100%. It gives me an outlet for all of those feelings and that emotion and thoughts and constant judgment of myself and self-critique and overthinking just everything. It allows me to be at peace with myself. In a weird way, it's very therapeutic.
That's interesting. That's a side of boxing that not many people see. You had a big list of dream future opponents on it, including people like Gervonta Davis, Canelo Alvarez, Conor McGregor, I think, and even your brother as well. How many of these are realistic prospects, or all of them realistic prospects for you?
I think all of them are realistic. I would love to beat Gervonta's ass. He forgets that he's a little boy. I would love to do an exhibition with him. The Conor McGregor fight, our managers have been talking for a while. The Canelo fight, that one is further down the line, but he's the highest paid boxer this year. I'm the second highest paid. So, boom, put those together. You have a massive, massive, massive event. So all of them are realistic, and I would say maybe the least realistic one is my brother. To be honest, I don't know if we'll ever actually do that.
I know you said back in July that Canelo, you wanted him within the next 3 years, and do you think that's going to happen in the next 3 years?
I think so. I really think so. I think the level that I will be at will be undeniable. My skill level will be at a place where I can make that a serious fight. I'm not just going to go in there and roll over. I know it's going to be hard. I know he's, the pound for pound number one. All respect to him. But I think because of my height and a little bit of a size difference, if we meet at cruiserweight, I know he's moving up to cruiserweight, so he's playing right into this shit already. I think I can do some real damage to him, even more so than some of the guys he's previously fought.
I'm a huge fan of the work that you and Nikisa have been doing with Most Valuable Promotions. You've got Amanda Serrano on your books. Are there any other fighters out there that you've been eyeballing as like, yeah, we'd like to take them on and kind of enhance their career prospects?
There's some people we've sort of been talking with, but for right now, it's quality over quantity, and we want to focus on Amanda and start there. And that's a massive responsibility that we have to make her a superstar, and we're doing just that. We're playing our cards right 100%. But for us, we want everything to be organic. I want to work with people that I like, that I admire, and that really take themselves seriously. So when the stars align, I'm sure there will be some awesome people.
Looking forward, how do you want to be remembered? How do you envision your boxing legacy going down in years to come?
Man, I think just when you say someone's name that's like a legend, you get a feeling. You get it. You picture something in your head. You picture multiple things in your head. That's how it is for me. And you almost get this like almost like a judgment of who these people are, what they did, and how crazy it all was. And it's very hard to summarize. But I guess I just want that feeling of when people say my name years from now, it's like respect. Uh, you know, that person changed this sport forever. And I guess that's what I'm working for.
For you, who is that person that kind of triggers emotions of like instant respect when you hear their name being mentioned?
I think the first thing I think of is Mike Tyson. Um, and for me, it's on a deeper level because of getting to spend time with him and seeing how his brain operates. Truly, he's so wise and so smart, and who he is like off camera is just an amazing human being. And yeah, he gave me a lot of advice that was very helpful at a time where no legend of his stature had really like taken me under his wing at all. So, I get that feeling from him, and what an incredible career he's had and what he's been through and how he's never let life take him over. He's always battled through and won. Um, People like that, Muhammad Ali, you know, the list goes on, but those are the dope guys.
Would you be willing to share any of the advice that Mike has given you?
Man, I guess he was talking to me about a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff's funny. That's why I'm laughing. But he basically just said, look, man, like you live your life the way you want to live it. And no one can tell you no. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let any of the distractions get in the way. Don't take no for an answer. And he was talking to me a lot about, his coach, Cuss D'Amato, and the psychology. And we both had the same birthday. And ironically enough, as well as Muhammad Ali. And so when I told Mike that, he was like, man, I feel that from you. I feel that energy. I knew it. I knew you were special. And I was like, okay, wow, that's crazy, whatever. And he was just talking to me about their mindset of how they looked at life and how they went about things, because he's big in astrology, and Capricorns, it's such a weird sign. And I'm big into astrology as well. And he was talking to me a lot about that and how I'm like a goat. What I represent is like a goat. And he was talking to me about goats and how they act and how they are in the wild. And like, we were talking for like 45 minutes. So I'm trying to summarize all of it, but it was, I wanted to take my phone out while I was talking to him and like start writing notes. Cause I was like, wow, this is this is incredible. But obviously I didn't want to be rude. And he's like, what the fuck is this kid doing? I'm like, yeah, keep talking. But it was pretty awesome. And yeah, he's just very wise, very, very wise.
One final question, Jake. If you had like a Christmas message to give to people watching, what would it be?
Savor those moments. You know, some of my favorite memories are spending time on Christmas with my family, and it flies by so fast. So savor those moments and be grateful.
That's brilliant, mate. I've really enjoyed chatting to you today, and I'm grateful for you putting the time away to chat. All the best on December the 18th.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Have a good day.